Hello guys and welcome back. This is Mr. Siege. And we're just going to get straight down to it. We don't need an intro for this. This is just my results. So we healed 20 million, nearly 22 million troops as KvK, which is a lot higher than I'd have expected. I wanted to use all my resources up. Obviously, I'm migrating to 3069, as you do know. But yeah, I took quite a lot of swarms on purpose. I wasn't too bothered. I wasn't being careful. I wasn't trying to save resources this KvK at all. I did take more severely wounded than I'd have usually wanted to. You know, it's not too bad. It's fine. 75th in the KvK for healing isn't too bad. Now, here's our alliance Battle Cats. We placed first in the healing leading board, which could be good, or maybe not so much. I mean, we had no Z5 fight here. We had no altar battles, so there wasn't a great deal of healing. I guess it shows how much we actually fought when we got the opportunity to. And as a kingdom, for some reason we placed fourth, even though I thought they were one alliance kingdoms. I guess not. And on the kill leaderboard, our kingdom placed third. Now, again, fire and earth barely had any fighting to do this KvK. We had no Z5, no altar fights at all. And obviously, it was only wind and water that are actually doing most of the fighting here at the start of KvK. Yes, we stepped in at the end of KvK for Pass 7 and Kingsland, and obviously we did a fantastic job, and we won the KvK, which is, I guess, the most important thing, even though I'm not massively bothered about that. And as you can see here, I managed to grab 42 million kills. Granted, probably the last 1 or 2 million kills were from Jules, which you may have seen in the last video. Yeah, that's pretty amazing for saying we didn't even have an altar battle. Now, everyone says, oh, well, Siege are only good for altar battles. Well, this KvK, we haven't had any at all. And all I've ran is 2 siege marches, which is pretty unbelievable. Yeah, 42 million kills for 2 marches. That's all I've been using, you know, bar filling flags and rallies. You know, I tried to do as much as possible. But I think I only got like 1.2 million dead. So, you know, we'll have a look at that in a minute. Our alliance placed second for kills. Even like I said, wind and water fought pretty much continuously since Pass 5 opened. All KvK. They had 2 days of Pass 5 fighting, and every altar fight that was available, they basically did fight, which was great for them. It's been a pretty terrible KvK for fighting for us. At least we got a bit of a fight in the end. And you know what? I managed to get all the achievements I wanted to get in this KvK, so I can't argue too much. As you can see, I didn't make the death leaderboard, which is no surprise. I'm not a huge whale, and I didn't get zeroed. So really, you shouldn't be on this leaderboard unless you can lose a lot of power, you can afford to, you're a decent spender. I just didn't have the troops to lose, to be honest. I lose what I can. I mainly have T5. I don't run T4 on the field, so I am limited to the amount of troops I can actually kill. But I try and do that on my farm, to be fair. So guys, I started this KvK with just under 3.2 billion kill points. And as you can see now, I'm just over 4 bill. I hit my target. I really want to get to 4 bill. Wasn't sure if I would. And as you can see here, that's my best so far. 42 million kills. It's getting better and better. Obviously, I'm improving these 2 siege marches I've got now. Can't wait to get a third. Obviously, a third will just increase that even more. Could probably even get an extra 20 million kills in a KvK. Might have to have a few more resources though. Might have to go into packs. I didn't go into packs this KvK. I've in fact gave away a few resources as well. Probably a couple of billion. And as you can see, these are my remainder of troops, mostly siege. I don't tend to kill those. And we'll go in here to see what exactly we did kill. Yeah, almost 1.2 mil troops killed. Mostly infantry, to be fair. We did a lot of archer rallies too. Infantry was sort of your garrisons, and your archer were your rallies generally in this KvK, this Tides of War KvK. And I'll be getting these troops returned very, very soon, which will be nice. So as you guys probably know, I don't spend on crystal tech. I don't buy pop-ups, anything like that. The only money I put into a KvK is the supply, the crystal mine supply, which gives you that 50% boost, your speed boost, and obviously you get like 10,000 crystals a day, something like that. Maybe a few more crystals a day, but that's a good value pack. It's like $5 or something like that, which is plenty for me. With Siege, I don't need to go mad. That's the great thing about it. I don't have to spend on tech. I think I spent 50 million crystals in total, which as you guys know, it's pretty low spender amount of crystals to use compared to a lot of whales. And this is how far I got in terms of the crystal tech. I, didn't get far at all. I've been further than this. In fact, after Kingsland, I stopped doing bastions. You know what? It's just too time consuming for me. And I honestly don't enjoy doing them. It just takes up too much time. And those 15 quests to get a day, a lot of them I can't do straight away. They're not that simple. I don't want to waste speed ups on training troops. Obviously, I don't get a load of speed ups anyway in a low seed kingdom. So yeah, it's kind of pointless to me to carry on doing that. So I just want to show you here what I sort of bought during KvK. Obviously, some gold heads, all the materials I could buy, your transmutation stones actually, and that's about it. Obviously, I don't want any of those blueprints. They're no good to me. But with my Autarch, obviously bought another sharpshooter inscription, which is again all I could really buy here. Not interested in anything else. It's a good inscription, to be fair. Lilith definitely need to add some siege blueprints in the KvK shop for sure. So I've got 13 conquest coins to spend and nothing to spend it on. So let's run through the 2 marches I use this KvK. If you watched my live streams, you'd have seen I streamed for 24 hours straight. And then again in Kingsland, I streamed that too. But obviously, there's Baba and Gage and Marder. And obviously, I ran Margaret and Cordoba. Baba actually outperformed the Margaret Cordoba march, but I'll show you the gear and armaments, and you'll understand why. So this is the equipment. Obviously, it is my best equipment. I put that on Baba and Gage and Marder because, to be honest, the ring and the plume I think actually works better on this pairing. Potentially, the ring of doom would actually work well on Margaret, but the plume isn't great on that mark because obviously Margaret doesn't have a high damage factor, and that's important. Now, these are the armaments. Obviously, we've got 6 normal inscriptions, 2 double inscriptions, and some pretty good stats on this march. And you've seen me duel with Baba Gage Armada. It's an absolute rock. This is an absolute tank of a march. It beats anything on the field against like a 1v1. Obviously, if it gets swarmed down, it doesn't do too badly either. I was taking swarms with this and enjoying it. Now, sometimes I got about even trades, getting swarmed 5-1. And I'm not going to argue with that. It's better than actually just returning your troops home. You may as well just take the swarm and send them back out again. It's a lot quicker. And let's take a look at what Margaret was packing this KvK. So a full legendary set. Obviously, we're running the dagger with this one and the Delane's amulet is crit. Very nice, to be honest with you. It's a cheap accessory and it does wonders on the field. As well as the dagger, I do rate that. That's also just debuffing your enemies and helping your frontline troops. And there's nothing wrong with helping the other people in your alliance. I think that's a great way to go if you run a siege march, especially if people think you're selfish as well, which a lot of people do when you run siege. They think you're KP chasing, but obviously we know that's not the case. You're just trying to help out. You're trying to be relevant in your KvK. And obviously I'm just showing you the stats on these 2 sets of equipment here. Very similar and very good and effective on the field, as you have seen. So let's have a look at Margaret's armaments here. 2 legendary inscriptions, obviously drilled and sharpshooter. Now I think these are very, very nice. I'm not a big fan of the merciless legendary inscription, which I haven't landed on yet anyway. That's the one you can get from trading in all your unwanted legendary armaments, and obviously then you can trade it out in the shop when you've got those 8, I can't remember what they're called now, but yeah, you get eight of those shards. Yeah, and yeah, I'm going to probably get it because eventually I will get 8 shards and there'll be nothing else to use it on, but I don't think it's great. And now these 2 are very, very good, and there's a 4th legendary inscription with, actually I believe it's called like astute or something like that on the 4th armament. And that looks actually really, really good, which I'll put on my wish list, to be fair. Now, this rejuvenate's really handy for Margaret and the support tree. Because as you saw on the sharpshooter inscription, there's a 10% chance of using 50 rage to do an extra amount of damage, which I think is really, really good. So let's check out the kills on individual commanders. Now, Baba had 23.9 million kills before this KvK and it ended on 35.5 mil. That's a total of 11.6 million kills just for Baba. Pretty impressive. Obviously ran him with Gage Armada, so that should be pretty similar. Now this is Gage Armada's before KvK. Almost 6 million kills, which is pretty low. And then after, 17.2 million kills. So that, again, is about 11 million kills. A little bit less than Baba. Now let's check out Margaret. So this is before KvK, a massive 31.2 million kills, and then after 40 million kills. So that's 8.8 million for Margaret the First. And again, Cordova is going to be pretty similar, so let's take a look at him. So before KvK had 14.5 million kills, and afterwards 23.7 million. Again, 9.2 million. Okay, a bit more than Margaret, but very, very nice still. Only had him expertise since the end of February, nearly March this year, and he's already done 24 million kills pretty much. That's pretty amazing. So in terms of pairings, Baba and Garjamada managed to do a total of 22.8 million kills between them. That's pretty crazy for a single March. And of course, Margaret paired with Cordoba managed to get 18 million kills, which again is very nice. Now, these probably would perform better in like altar battles. Like I said, we had none of those. A lot of the fighting we had in this KvK were sort of cheeseburgering or just popping out a pass for short periods of time. And I think that's where Baba and Garja Mara shine, because they do instant proc damage. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. They counter that damage. They can cheeseburger too. These are the cheeseburgering duo of Siege. Now, I'm just showing you, this is my third set of Siege equipment. I'm pretty much ready for the next set of commanders to come out. Predict they come out around December. Obviously, Omniarch reckons it's going to be cavalry, but it should be Siege in terms of like the previous drops of commanders. Whether we get a civilization or not, too, I'm not sure, or a civilization instead. I don't know if that's going to be better or worse. To be honest, I'd rather have two new commanders, two legendary siege commanders, engineering commanders come out. So yeah, this is the stats on the equipment on the 3rd March. I've actually got another Twilight Epiphany, the weapon to craft, the legendary weapon to craft again on this for this set, but I've not got enough materials at the moment. But I'm in no rush. KvK's not coming anytime soon, the next one anyway. And this is my 3rd set of armaments. Obviously, even got another legendary sharpshooter, plus a spare in my inventory if I need it. So a decent set of armaments. I mean, not as good as the other two, but I'm still going to keep popping those V formation chests whenever I get them, and we'll get there with it. We're going to have 3 nice marches on the field. So obviously, as you can see, KvK is coming to an end here. And just to show you, this is a new weapon I've just acquired from the Hunt for History event. Pretty much you have to do events to get the hold of these legendary equipment pieces for Siege. We need them elsewhere. We need them in KvK shops. Crystal chests would be great. Even Lucerne scrolls would be nice too. But yeah, as you can see, I can't afford that with materials anyway. I can craft this, but I'm not going to just yet. Won't be sort of crafting anything now until sort of next KvK is going to come round. I can also craft a different set of gloves when I've got them. I've got tons of keys saved up anyway. But yeah, I can unlock another legendary gloves, I'm sure, before next KvK hits. So guys, that's pretty much it from the video. Obviously, we've got another star in my alliance at the moment. The next video you see from me, we will be migrating me and Mrs. Siege to 3069. Looking forward to a bit of a change for whatever reasons, and I'll probably do a bit of a migration video, see how it goes. You know, go through what it takes to actually change kingdoms, what to do. I know Shappy's actually shown another video of that recently, and yeah, great points. Try and use up all your resources amongst other stuff. You're gonna have to get rid of it anyway. So even if you just give it away. So yeah, I've not migrated for a long time, so we'll see how that goes. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is me, Mr. Siege, and bye bye.